Dear subscribers, as we all are away, so our students are not able to access our library, which is a rich source of literature. There are so many helping materials in our library, so I have planned to reach to students through digital media. Here we are with first story. As we believe, a reader is tomorrow's leader. So thus we are trying to make prepare readers through these stories. So first, today we have our first story, Stuart Little. Stuart at library. Late one afternoon, Stuart Little went to the library. "Do you have any books to someone like me?" he asked the librarian. "How about mice and nice? Mice are nice," she said. "Third floor?" "Thanks," said Stuart. "Is that a stuffed owl?" he asked. No, this is Bookworm. He is our library owl. We let him live here because he loves books so much," said the librarian. Bookworm opened one eye and stared at Stuart. "Owls and I do not usually get along," said Stuart. "Do not worry," said the librarian. "He usually sleeps during library hours." "Well, thanks for the help," Stuart said to the librarian. Stuart found the book. "I shall just read a little bit to see if I want to borrow it," Stuart said. Stuart began to read. Soon he was lost in the story. Then he fell asleep. Something woke Stuart. "I must have slept past closing time," said Stuart. "Indeed you have," said a voice. "Bookworm, is that you?" Stuart asked. The big owl flew out of the shadows. "It is I," said the owl. "Oh dear," Stuart said, and he began to back away. "Never fear," said Bookworm. "I have already had my dinner. Besides, I want to read my books, not chase mice. I love to read too," said Stuart. "What is your favorite book?" "There have been so many," Bookworm said. "Who can pick just one?" "Pick a few then," said Stuart. Yes, well," Bookworm pointed to the closest book on the shelf. "I'm quite fond of this one," he said. "This book?" Stuart asked. "Yes, it is a work of art that has great meaning to me," said Bookworm. Stuart looked at the book. "You like lawn care for dummies? Is that the title?" Bookworm said. "Cannot you read it?" asked Stuart. "Well, no," said Bookworm, "and no one else can find out. I am afraid I have to eat you after all." Bookworm dived for Stuart. Stuart ran. Bookworm chased Stuart down the hall, around the corner, and down the stairs. Stuart could not escape. Bookworm landed on the top of him. Please, Bookworm, let me go, Stuart cried. I'm sorry, my bookish friend. My secret must stop with you. Wait, cried Stuart. You said you you were not hungry. I'm not, said Bookworm. But I will be sent away if the librarian finds out I can't read. I am a library owl after all. I promise I wouldn't tell anyone, said Stuart. Maybe I can help you. I do not need help from a mouse, said Bookworm. Now you had better go. Shoo, shoo. Soon Stuart went back to the library. Bookworm opened one eye and asked, What are you doing here? I want to help you read, said Stuart. Well, do not bother me, said Bookworm. Let me sleep. When you wake up, said Stuart, here are some other books you might like. Let me see those, said Bookworm. What is this one about? It is about a very smart owl who finds out it is never too late to learn, said Stuart. Well, if you insist, said Bookworm, why do not we start? You bet, said Stuart, and the two new friends began to read together. So, this was the story. Now, there is some activity which needs to be done by you. Suppose you are a bookworm. So, what quality do you think you should have? So, this you have to note down. Think and note down. Now, second thing you can do, mute the video and write a story on the basis of the pictures in the book. And third activity, what will happen if you know that someone knows your secret?